Hey Rick, can you hear me? Hit the like button if you can. Yeah, good. All right. Very nice. Just hanging out, I'm getting ready to make some beef jerky. Turn off. I got something going on. I'm trying to listen to the game in the background. Sort of waiting on everybody to get in there. Debbie, what's going on? Oh, very nice, very nice. Yeah, making some beef jerky. I've already marinated it overnight. I really just I got to get up at 3 in the morning, so I didn't really feel like going live, and I didn't do a thumbnail yesterday. So, oh, it's my best pal Debbie. There she is. Just get over to YouTube on the monitor. Get onto the tubes. See what's going on over there. See if I can see everybody here. You doing okay? Good. Good, Debbie. Good to hear it. Yeah, I'm just hanging out, doing a little after work, messing around. I'm going to make some jerky and maybe some liver and onions. And that's what I'm going to be doing. And I'm going to so many times I kicked the camera today. I'm at home at my daughter's. I brought my granddaughter up. Oh, there you go. Where's Bigsy? Bigsy is, I don't know. He just came in from outside. I don't know. Oh, she's out sprawled out on the couch. She was outside. She loves her new anchor that is in the yard. I put an anchor out back. I poured a concrete anchor for her, and I did it in a bucket with an eye bolt. It's kind of redneck, but I put a swivel in there, and I put a swivel thing on her. Put a nice big long lead on it, and so now she can run out in the backyard. So that's what she's doing. But anyway, I've got my cheap dehydrator. I don't have a great dehydrator, and I've never tried to make beef jerky in this dehydrator. So I'm going to give that a go today and see if it ends up in the wash or not. See if this washes out. I've done a lot of like fruit, and I've done a lot of like my herbs at the end of the year from the garden, and they seem to do okay. But I've never tried to do any kind of like beef. But anyway, I marinated this last night, and what I did was I used 1/3 cup of soy and teriyaki mixed together, and then I filled it up the rest of the way I did a 1/2 cup marinade, the rest of the way with Worcestershire sauce, a tablespoon of liquid smoke, a tablespoon of black pepper, and then a teaspoon of onion powder, a teaspoon of garlic powder, and if there was anything else in there, I'll think of that. But that was it. Oh, a tablespoon of honey and a tablespoon of molasses. That's what I did. So that's what's going on. So yeah. So I'm getting ready to put that on there and get that going. What's everybody else getting into today? Anybody else? Anybody working? Or I saw Debbie has the grandkids out doing grandkid stuff. Yeah, it smells really good. I mean, I know I say that a lot on these things, but it smells like beef jerky. I'm glad I kind of paid attention to how I did it. I've done beef jerky like out in the smoker. When I had a smoker, I did it out there a couple times. I've done it in the oven a couple times, a few different ways, and it never came out that great. But I used mock tenderloin. You just got home from Mom's, very cool. But I used mock tenderloin, which is a shoulder cut, and I cut it about this thick, and we're just gonna lay it out there, and I'm gonna let that dry out till about 10 o'clock tonight. I doubt we'll be doing this till 10 o'clock tonight, but some of these pieces are, oh no, this. I'm gonna say I did smash them down, and I didn't like hammer beat them down. I just smashed them with my hand, and everybody, I just smashed them down with my hand, and that worked really well. I was really surprised, like, to make them sort of even, because the mock tenderloin, the shoulder piece, is kind of like, I don't know, it's sort of a long, it's like it starts out really wide at the beginning and works its way down to where it's like a really small piece. And so it was kind of, and then you're supposed to freeze it, but I didn't freeze it. I'll be honest, I didn't freeze it up. I didn't do anything like that. Before you slice it, and that's supposed to make it work a little better. But I didn't do any of that. That piece is kind of thick. Stretch it out. What's going on, Jacob? Jacob fishing? It looks good. Thank you. Yeah, it's my first time trying to use this dehydrator. This dehydrator is nothing special. It's just a cheap one I picked up years ago, and I got it just to do like the herbs from the garden and different things that I always, maybe strawberries or, you know, just sort of leftover stuff. Dehydrate, like to make, when I ran out of like crushed dried celery, or if I had celery left over, I dehydrate that out. So because I like adding a little bit of dehydrated celery to stuff like salads, like a sort of a like to tuna salads and things. Sometimes if you don't have celery, the dried celery works pretty well. But I just smashed this all up, man. And I'll be honest, I wasn't too impressed with the way it smelled last night. But now that it's sat overnight, it sat for almost exactly 24 hours. And Jacob Fishing, love your videos. Thank you so much. Glad you appreciate them. I enjoy doing them. But like I said, I got to get up at 3 o'clock in the morning tomorrow. And usually I go on at 8 o'clock on Thursdays. But I didn't do a thumbnail yesterday because I was super busy. I got a lot going on this weekend. Mother's Day. And then, you know, that kind of thing. I got things to do that aren't really important. What seasoning did I use? Man, this was so easy. I used a third a cup of soy sauce, regular soy sauce, and then I added and then I mixed it. I did 50-50 with teriyaki and soy, 50-50 in that, and then I filled up the rest with Worcestershire sauce. So I had a half a cup, and then I added a tablespoon of liquid smoke, and let me see. Then I did a whole tablespoon of black pepper, and that was a lot. It looked and it tasted like a lot yesterday, but I don't think overall that it was as much as I thought it was going to be. There I go. I wanted to put a little space in there. It's got little spacers in there. And then, let's see. I did a teaspoon of garlic powder, a teaspoon of onion powder, and then I did a tablespoon of full flavor molasses. Any molasses would work. It all tastes the same. And a tablespoon of honey. That's what I did. I was going to spice it up, but I didn't think the Beagle. I was going to say I made some of this. The Beagle can have it. Red pepper flakes. Yeah, I was going to say I didn't do any. I didn't do any spicy because, you know, Biggs is going to have some of this too. So I try to keep it a little. I'm trying to, and I'm just playing with it. I don't have a specific recipe, I guess. So all of them were about the same, and they didn't seem very complicated. So I just wanted to keep the red pepper flake off there. But yeah, red pepper flake would be great. I'll let that sit in that marinade. That's got a little brown spot where it didn't get. A lot of times they say to do this in like a plastic bag, but I just did it in a thing. Let's see. What is molasses? Molasses is what's left over when they process sugar, and it's actually really good for you. It's sugar is terrible for you, but molasses is really good for you. Just look it up. Molasses is it's a dark syrup, and it's what's left over from refining sugar. And they use it to make rum. They do it. Could you use brown sugar on it? I bet. Yeah. If you have, yeah. And since you brought that up, Debbie, yeah, you could use brown sugar. If you use brown, Jacob, if you're using brown sugar, that's just sugar with molasses in it. That's all it is. I make my own brown sugar at home, and I just take regular white sugar, which I use raw sugar, and I just add molasses to it, like a tablespoon. And if you want for light brown sugar, if you want dark brown sugar, use 2 tablespoons for every 2 cups. I think it is 2 cups. That piece didn't get very much marinade. We got little beagle snacks. The beagle. I actually went to the butcher shop and I just got the beagle her liver jerky because they make at the butcher shop they make liver jerky. So she just got a bag. So she just had 2 pieces of dog, what I call dog jerky. And then Amazon should be here with her other treats. She's been out of treats for a while. I kind of was giving her, she was getting a lot of treats, so I kind of took the treats away for a while. But I figured I'd get her some crappy treats to kind of keep her happy. Yeah, that's what it is. And yeah, I did this, so it was only a half cup marinade, and I used 2 pounds of 2 pounds of beef, 2 pounds of mock tenderloin, which is the shoulder cut. I don't know if they call it something else. It's not flank steak and it's not skirt steak. It's its own thing. I've used it for roast, but the weather's getting nicer, and I'm kind of winter fooded out. So, and I'm starting back. I kind of got off my diet for 2 weeks because I was like, really, I just so super busy, and I haven't gained any weight back. But when you're used to fasting and all that kind of stuff, if you're not doing it, you just kind of feel like crap. So I've been eating a lot of carby food, pizza. Yesterday I ate with some friends and we had pulled pork sandwiches on buns, and I haven't had store-bought bread in so long that it was just it was a little too much. But anyway, I hope everybody out there is having it's beautiful weather here. It's like 60 degrees. There's a light breeze. If you guys can see out there, my neighbor's house, it's sort of, it's breezy. When I got off work today, I went outside, took my shoes off, and just sort of walked around the yard with the dog for a while. It was pretty nice. I started going back to the gym and also working out. Really. That's one thing. I just can't get into working out. I'd love to work out. I do Tai Chi in the mornings. I don't know if you guys know what Tai Chi is. It's sort of like, I don't know if it's Chinese or Japanese, what it is, but I watch a guy on YouTube in the mornings when I get up, and it just takes like 10 minutes, and it's you just sort of stretch. And you make that sound when you do it. You just like stretch it, That's what you do. You just sort of stretch. So I was sort of stretching more. But anyway, apparently having a membership isn't enough, and going in isn't enough. Yeah, my last job they had a gym there, and I went to that. It was nice. But I'm more of like a sauna, like lay in the sauna kind of person. You know what I mean? Go in and kind of lift a few weights, kind of walk around, talk to people, maybe get on the treadmill for a little while. But I walk a lot during the day, like at work, so I don't really feel like I'm missing out on a whole heck of a lot of stuff. I'm gonna put this other one on top of there. I just don't feel it, man. When I was in it, I used to be in one department at my last job, and I was right next to the gym. So I would walk, literally, it was the next, like I was like 20 feet from the gym. So I would go on my breaks and just hit the, maybe just do some of the kettlebells. I like kettlebells, all right. But yeah, I just like stretching. That's what I feel like. I just feel like right now I don't need to like get stronger. I just feel like I need to stretch. I need to lose weight and stretch. And I just do it that way, stretch. So we're gonna let this sit in here for about, I don't know, till it's done. Maybe 4 to 5 hours, maybe. Just kind of let it do that. Wow, man, we got 11 people watching. That's crazy. What the heck? They must have got here by mistake. Whatever you do, don't like and subscribe. Nobody like and subscribe at all. That can't happen. But I'll tell you what, I give this a little extra space, and this thing smells. It's already wafting around the beef goodness into the air. Man, that smells good. I'm gonna clear off a little space on the countertop. Yeah, my kitchen isn't trashed. It's just disorganized this week, so that's the other thing. But I'm gonna make a little bit of. We're gonna put this liver in a little milk bath as soon as I clear this spot off on my counter. I don't know what pan we'll use. Not really sure. Okay, I'm back. Oh, okay. I'm glad you're back, Rick. I am glad you're back. But yeah, nothing too exciting. I just figured I'd come in and while I was doing I haven't done a pop-up like while I'm cooking something during the day stream probably since last October. At least last October. During pumpkin season, phone froze. Oh man, that sucks. But yeah. So let's move this over. I like this little island deal. It's got plugs. So I can plug stuff in. Set the beer right there. Set my brewski right over there. I have to actually work out. Yeah, I mean, I should. I just, I get up in the morning and I take the dog down a couple streets, which is probably about, I don't know, half mile in the morning. So I take her half mile in the morning, take her half mile when I get off work. And then, but I walk all day. I walk all day long. I'm constantly on my feet. So that's why, for me, that's why the Tai Chi really works out pretty well for me. Because I can, just get up and I feel like I did something. It's kind of like Tai Chi for me is sort of like, it's like if you get up in the morning and you make your bed, and then you feel like, oh man, I got one thing accomplished in the morning. Because I don't know, I've never been big on making my bed. I just always kind of laid sheets and stuff out on it, blankets. But then I started getting up and I make the bed and I do the Tai Chi for 10 minutes. And I just feel like I've already kind of got something kind of done today. It kind of it gets the day started out right. If you get what I mean. But anyway, phone froze. So yeah. But other than that, I got to take my car to the shop tomorrow. So I don't know. I got to take my car into the shop. I got an oil leak I can't figure out, but it's not stopping the car. It's just leaking oil. I can't figure it out where it's coming from. And I decided that I was too busy to mess with it. So I just rented a big car, nice big SUV for the weekend, and take the car into the shop and get that done. And that's what I've got going on tomorrow. But I have to be at work. I have to be in at work at 4 to check out some new stuff that they're doing at work, which is absolutely completely boring. But I don't know. The nerds at work are pretty excited about it, so I'm pretending to be pretty excited about it. Got to keep the Badger Mobile on top in Mobile. Yeah, well, the Badger Mobile is going to the Mingster. Mingus P. She's getting that. So that's the other reason I'm sending it to the shop. It's got a little oil leak in it, and I'm having some other stuff done to it. And now that she's in college, she was wanting to take out a loan and get a car. And I thought that was kind of silly to take out a loan to get a car when she could just have that one. And it's a good car. It's a nice car. It just means that it's just older. And I figured, got all the options and everything. We're going to get this out of here. If I can figure out how to open this package. But eventually with all these things, I end up having to, well, I guess I didn't have to get the scissors for that, but. Yeah, but yeah, so she's getting that car, so I'm having all that stuff done, and then they'll get that thing I can't figure out, and then they'll get some new brake. I'll put some new brakes on it, and get it detailed, and because the Mingster needs a way to get around. She's got 2 jobs and she's in college, so I would say that warrants needing a car. It's a little more frozen than I thought. Oh well, we're gonna soak that in milk. That's one of the things that a lot of people don't do with liver, is they don't soak it. And you really, 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 really need to soak it. You need to soak it in milk. I should have soaked it in that brine that I had. That would have been good. But you don't need a lot of milk. You just need a little bit. You're just making a milk wash. And that's all you're doing. You're just pouring a little milk in there. Let me shake that up. Get the milk shaken up. Get the fat out to the sides. And just a little bit of milk. Not much. You don't want to waste milk on it. Milk's expensive. Today's Thursday. I should take you guys out to the milk store. Oh, the milk store is about to close in about 45 minutes. By the time I took you out there, it'd be closed. I should do that one of these times. Take you guys out to the milk, to the dairy. And we'll get that in there. We'll let that soak in that milk. I'll add a little bit more milk into there. There we go. Ronald Coward, what's up, buddy? Oh, shit. So anyway, yeah, I'm just putting this. Guess you couldn't see it very well. Sorry, Mo. Got the close up going. Didn't realize it. We'll add a little bit more milk in there. And that'll be about it. We'll just let that kind of ferment in there for a minute. Just kind of hang out, have a couple beers. See what everybody's doing. Let that finish. Let's get that water in the milk. It's just a milk wash. And that should separate it. It's been sitting out for a couple hours in the fridge. Yeah, you don't want to waste like a whole thing of milk on milk washing your liver. It just doesn't make sense to do it that way. Oh man, feeling good. But yeah, the beef jerky will be nice. Let's see. Let me check my time. We'll say we started that at 5. So I would say that this would be ready. The beef jerky should be ready about, I'd say at the latest 10. But I am going to take the temperature on this because I've always wondered what temperature that this sort of rides on when I find my thermometer. My thermometer will show up somewhere. I'm not sure where it is. Not sure where the thermometer is, the meat thermometer. But I've got a probe. I've got a meat probe. We can just stick a meat probe in there. And we'll see what the temperature of that is. Because I've often wondered. Never fails. I got the live stream gremlins working for me, working on me today. That always happens. Oh, there's one. There's one. There we go. Oh, there. Rental car company just confirmed my reservation. How nice of them. That only took 24 hours. So it's 69 degrees in the house. So we'll just stick that in there and see what stick it in this way. Let's see what it says. Improvise. Sometimes you just gotta improvise. See what that says. Liver and onions, yeah. And dark brown gravy. I'm the only one who likes it. With mac and cheese and stuffed jalapeno peppers and pea salad. That is an interesting combination. Honestly. I mean the mac and cheese. Yeah, I don't know if I don't think I'm gonna do any great. You never know. You never know, Debbie, what I'm gonna do. I don't know what I'm ever gonna do. On days like today, I don't know what I'm gonna do. I just thought, like I said, we do a little hangout, see what happens. Who knows? But I know that I can't start a live stream tonight at 8 o'clock and get up at 3 o'clock in the morning. There's no possible way. But that sounds absolutely delicious. And speaking of mac and cheese, when I was out yesterday and had the barbecue beef, the pulled pork sandwiches that I had, they were okay. But I tell you what was good, what was really, really good was the mac and cheese that they had there. It was it was basic, but it was just good, you know? Sometimes you just get something that just happened to catch you and on yard work break you get. Hey Jody, what's going on? Good to see you. Did you happen to get your get your winnings yet by any chance? From the giveaway? Everything is out. Been out. I know Handsome Stone said that he got his. And I know poor Granny Graham, she can't come in here. And I've got to do this on what I did figure out with Granny Graham is the only way that I can unblock Granny Graham, Greg, if you're out there, is to go in on a laptop and do it that way. Or on a desktop. So I've got to go to a desktop. Because I can't do it on my tablet and I can't do it on my phone. So Granny Graham, if you happen to be watching, I cannot unblock you until I can get to a desktop computer. And that might be a week or two. Once I have the car back and everything else, and I might even deliver the car to Ming this week. But once her car's done and all that. And the other good news is, oh, you did? Okay, good. I'm glad you got it. So I would imagine everybody got their winnings from the live stream a couple weeks ago. Week and a half or so ago. Okay, so the liver's all separated out. You can see it's about, I don't know, quarter to a half inch thick pieces, and we're going to let those sit in there until about 5:30. In the meantime, since I haven't made a million dishes yet, we're going to bring this over, and we're going to get another bowl, and we're going to mix in some flour. We're going to get a flour bowl ready to go. The old flour ready. But yeah, so let's see. I didn't get mine. You want some? I'll send you. Ronald, send me your address again. I'll give you one. I'll send you one out. Yeah, no, not a problem. Just email me. I know that I had your address from when you sent me that lid. Hell, send me your address again. When I lost all my when all my stuff got messed up from that storm. No, absolutely. You send me a lid, I can send you some cast iron here. Yeah, send me your address. I'll send you one. Yeah, more the merrier. Yeah, just, if you guys get it and you like it, just do me a favor and put it up on Facebook with a link to it if you guys know how to link it. Just put it up on your social media to where people can get it themselves, Give it a review. That's all I ask. And if you don't have social media, don't worry about it. I'm not worried about it. I just make it because I like using it. And whatever I have extra, I put up on eBay. So, oh shit. I'm going to end up kicking this camera over about a dozen times before it's all over with. But anyway. Yeah, just send me to my email at honeybadger.yahoo.com or honeybadger at yahoo.com, whatever it is that's in the link. And send me your address. I'll send you one. I'll send you one this weekend. I got to go up to the post office on Saturday and get my mail. And yeah, I'll get you one up. I think I would sell the I think it would sell like hotcakes at the Covered Bridge Festival. Really? Maybe I should go to the Covered. Where's the Covered Bridge Festival? Maybe I'll go to that. I haven't done a festival or anything. I haven't set up at a festival to sell anything in so long I cannot remember. I think the last time I did it was the Angola Hippie Fest, and that was probably August of 2021. Let's do this. Let's make it easy. And we'll just break out one of these cookies. We'll just break out one of these. And we'll just put the flour in that. And then we'll kick the dog water over. I can tell my kitchen's disorganized and cluttery because I'm knocking it. You should bring a bunch over in the fall, Western Indiana. Western Indiana is not far from me. I'm only maybe 35, 40 minutes from the eastern Indiana border. I'm not very far. So what does it take to get to there from, say, Putnam County, Park County. Okay. I can look it up. I can use the Googles. I can use them Googles. I'm not afraid of Google. I'll look up Covered Bridge Festival in one of those counties. I mean, how many can there be? A few. Yeah, it's a few hours. What's a few hours in the car? Take a little road trip. I've been wanting to go to 2.5. Okay. Yeah, I've been wanting to go see. I've been wanting to do a road trip to see where Kat Von D lives. She just moved to Indiana. you guys aren't familiar with Kat Von D, Kat Von D is a world-renowned tattoo artist. And I used to love her YouTube channel. And she just moved and bought a castle in Indiana, southern Indiana. And I wanted to check that out for quite some time, actually. Let's see, all-purpose flour. What's this one? Okay, so we're going to use the Kentucky Kernel. If you guys have not used Kentucky Kernel yet, after a year and a half of me doing these live streams, and you still have not blessed your kitchen with some Kentucky Kernel. Yeah, Kat Von D. She used to have a TV show too. Yeah, she was funny. She's an amazing person. And I don't usually get too into like TV personality types or celebrities or YouTube, internet personalities or whatever. But I always thought she was fun. I always thought she was a fun. Yeah, Von D, Kat Von D. She lives in southern Indiana. And she bought it's not a castle. It's like a huge mansion. But it was abandoned forever. And she saw it on the internet. And she's super, super rich. And she bought this mansion in Indiana because she wanted to move out of Los Angeles. She was a Los Angeles-based tattoo artist for the longest time. And, she just got sick of Hollywood and the weirdness that goes on in Hollywood. And so she got a place in Indiana. And I've always wanted to check out the town. One of the things she really liked about the place was she liked the town. So, it's good enough for Kat Von D, it's good enough for me. Maybe. I am kind of bougie. So let's break up the clumps. Break up all those clumps in there. And it's not going to take a lot. We've only got about 4 pieces. And then we'll cut up some onion. We're going to keep it. I keep my liver and onions really basic. Old Man with a Pan put up a post where he did liver and onions yesterday, or the day before yesterday, one or the other, and it looked really, really nice. He does a good job, and he's learning new stuff too, which I think that's cool. That's where I am. There's some things I do a really good job with, and I'm learning new stuff too. Schneck Manson in McVeigh on the Ohio River. Yeah, 100%. I know it. Yeah, I know it's right on the river. Yeah, so it'd be like, I guess you'd probably call it the tri-state area. Probably I wonder, does that hit Kentucky? It has to hit Kentucky if it goes by the Ohio River. It has to hit Kentucky. So it has to be right there in the tri-state area. Yeah. Yeah, Verve. But she has a really neat story, and I really like her story. Because she was like really into Hollywood, and she's just been she had a makeup company, all that kind of stuff, which is whatever. I'm not too interested in that, but what she did do was she decided that she was going to leave. It's down by Madison. I don't know much about Indiana, to be honest. I've never ate liver and onions. My mom never liked it, so she never cooked it for our family. See, I don't know how I don't know if my mom made liver and onions, but I've always been a big fan of liver. I still like chicken liver. My favorite one to have next to a really good chicken liver is a good meal. But I like buffalo liver. Just west of Cincinnati. Yeah, so that's got to be no more than, Cincinnati's only like an hour and 20 minutes for me. Cincinnati's not far. I mean, I go to Jungle Gyms, and I used to go there quite a bit. I go to Jungle Gyms a lot in the summer. I don't go in the wintertime when it's bad out. But buffalo liver is my absolute. Buffalo liver is great. It's liver. Liver always has all animal liver has the same domesticated flavor, but at the same time, beef liver is just a little more. It's a lot richer. And we used to have Pencil Buffalo Farm, which was only about maybe a half hour for me, and I would go stock up on buffalo, and which actually people got mad. Some people didn't understand it. They didn't harvest a lot of buffalo. It was a buffalo preserve, and they had like 30 acres of nothing but buffalo on it. And to supplement the income of having 30 acres worth of buffalo, they would harvest some of the buffalo and sell it, and that would pay for the other buffalo to be able to be on the preserve. So I would try it with onions and brown gravy. Yeah. But anyway, so we got our I'm going to add a little bit of AP flour to that too, because Kentucky Colonel by itself is really salty. So there's a buffalo farm about 15 minutes. Go, man. I mean, seriously, get some buffalo meat in your life. One, it makes you you feel really good. You feel really good after you feel really good eating. If you've had buffalo into your diet, you feel really good. You really do. Let's see. Englishes. Oh, is that the name of the buffalo place? Yeah, I think Pencil Ranch. That was the name of the one that's here, Pencil Ranch. But then it used to be kind of a hot spot where people would come and you could buy buffalo meat and things like that. But it used to be kind of a big thing for people to just come and check out buffalo. And it had like a gift store, gift shop, whatever you want to call it. And it would have a gift shop and you get t-shirts. And the last time I was in there, which is probably about 3 years ago, all that stuff was gone. It was still there, but there was nothing in it. They weren't really trying. You know, that was the thing. I think they kind of just were not interested in doing it, and they just bought the property. It was like sort of like the family had it, and then like the people that started it, like say grandparents or parents, they were the ones that did it, and then their kids got it, and they still did it. But it was a neat place. I'm pretty sure I ate buffalo burger before. Probably. You can get buffalo fairly. I mean, buffalo is fairly easy to get anymore. I know the last time I was at Jungle Jim's, I got like 5 pounds of buffalo burger. Elk's really good. But elk for me is hard to come by. You can get it sometimes of all places. You can go to Cabela's and get at their deli. You can get elk sandwiches, like a deli sandwich. It was really good last time I was there, and that was in Michigan. So this thing, my dehydrator, seems to be rolling right around 125 degrees. So I don't know if that's a good thing. It's a great thing if you're doing like cherry tomatoes. It's a great thing if you're doing basil. But I don't know. I mean, it'll still work for making beef jerky. I just don't know how. I think it's going to take a while. And there's only one setting. I have the cheapest food dehydrator on the planet. That's about right, 125. All right. Because like I said, I've always done it. Hey, you just stumbled in. What's cooking? William Hurt, what's going on, buddy? I got I've got beef jerky going on in the dehydrator that I threw in, and I just mixed up some flour, some Kentucky Colonel. I think I got the box down here. I'll show you guys, and I show this every time I use it. If I have the box, and I should have the box. Should have a box down here. But here's what I'm talking about: Kentucky Colonel seasoning, seasoned flour. And the reason that I like this so much is because it tastes exactly like Kentucky Fried Chicken. It is almost It's going to take at least 8 to 12 hours. Oh, okay. Maybe longer. Well, I've got 10. I've got 10, maybe 9.5. Freezer our Costro had them a few months ago. I need to get a Costco membership because they did put one in. It's about, I'm gonna say, an hour and a half for me, but there is one now here, so I think I'm gonna get a Ming. My daughter, my middle daughter, just went to Costco over the weekend. I called her and she was like, "I'll call you back. I'm at Costco." So, and by the way, my middle daughter just made the dean's list at her university. She just sent me her GPA and a copy and a picture of the PDF that she just made the dean's list. So, I was pretty happy about that. I don't know if she's made the dean's list before. I think she's always gotten good grades, you know. But I think that yeah, my kids are like, I know people say, "Oh, my kids are so smart, my kids are so nice." I have kids that amaze me at that they're my kids because one, they're so good in school, they're so smart, and they're super nice people. I mean, my middle daughter works with the elderly. You know what I mean? You can't find many people in their 20s that want to work with the elderly. You know, most people take, you know, in the health in that health food in that health care section, they sort of do it for the money. And my middle daughter has always worked with the elderly and goes to college. You know, a lot of times people want to be teachers. They want to do like early childhood development and all this other stuff. My daughter wanted to work with the elderly, and she has her entire adult life. Since she was 17 years old, she's done that. You know, when she was a little kid, I had a job that I had weird hours. And I had a lady who was older, retired, and I was looking for a babysitter, and everybody said, "Oh, try this babysitter." And I was new to that town, and I was kind of leery about it. And she said, "What hours do you work?" And I told her, and they were terrible hours. And she's like, "Yeah, that's fine." And I'm like, "Well, I'm going to pick them up at like midnight." And she's like, "I don't care. Just come in and get them." And I'm like, "Okay." And she did everything with my daughter for years. I mean, they just went everywhere. And she was like my daughter was like her little sidekick, like a little granddaughter. And I think that's what it was. She had that lady in her life that did that, and you know, and she's just ever since then has just been attached to elderly people, and I think that's really cool that she does that. Yeah, she's probably she's on her way to work right now. She's going to what she calls, "I'm going to tuck them in." She's going to do dinner. She does the dinner shift and the bedtime shift. Let's see. So it's 5:30. So let's take these out. And we're going to move that part. We're going to move the flour. We've all been staring at flour for a little while. And we'll move this flour out of the way. And then we'll take these out. We're going to pat these dry with a paper towel. I'm just going to use the one that I pulled. I'm just going to use the same plate that I did that on. Fuzz, what's going on, buddy? Everybody, if you haven't taken a chance to hit the like button, if you're out there in the stratosphere, hit the subscribe. That would be great. That would be so nice. And I think what we'll do is we'll just use the Old Faithful, the Pick With Favorite Wear one. With the Wagner lid. That's kind of my go-to combo. I've been in love with the skillet. I just love the skillet. And it's getting beat up. It's getting some serious use. I've had this about 5 years. It's getting such good use. Started to build up the big seasoning on the inside. It doesn't look, it's losing that glass smooth finish on the inside because it is building the seasoning fast. But, you know, pan made from 1915 to 1936 or 1916 to 1935, depending on who you ask. It's still rocking. So we'll fry everything up in there once we get to that point. But I'm going to pat dry. So we've had this sitting in there. Yeah, it's 5:35. So we've had this sitting. I'm going to give it another couple minutes. I'm going to give the beef just another about 2-3 minutes to sit in there. Those favorites are great users. Yeah, they're just the best. To me, they're the best. They really are. But that's also coming from somebody. I don't have any Griswolds. I have a huge collection, and I have so few Griswolds in there. I really like my Victor though. Back to yard work while the sun is out. Catch y'all later. Yep, Judy, see you. We'll see you. Thanks for stopping in. Tell Artie I said hello. But yeah, we're just, it's kind of like I said, just sort of having a little hang time. I'll let that kind of marinate in there. Let me grab my paper towels and all that. And we'll make up some liver and onions. I should probably, you know what? I'm going to let that sit a minute. I'm going to let that sit a minute longer, and I'm going to cut up my onions. I totally blanked out on the onions. So let's get those over there. And wipe this off. Wipe that down. And I'm just going to slice up a little bit of onion. I don't think I have any onion already sliced, but I might have about a half an onion in here. That could, yeah, I got about, I don't know, 3/4 of an onion. Throw this part in the dishwasher. Fill that dishwasher so I can run it tonight before I go to bed. There we go. I know Ronald hates to hear me hates to hear that I'm running the dishwasher, but maid's off for the week. So let's slice up this onion real quick. Get that skin off there. Yeah, the maid's out for the rest of the week, at least. And then some. But I don't think I need a whole lot. We've only got, it says a pound, but there's only 4 big. Good old sweet onion. Yeah, it's a sweet white onion. I usually get the sweet yellow onions, but they didn't have any this time when I went. So I'm going to cut these kind of thick. I'm going to cut them about the same as at the same thickness as the liver itself. And then we'll stack those up. There you go. Val would be proud of me. If you didn't notice the move I did, you just lay it on the side. When it gets to be too short, just put your hand on top and give it a good slicing. And that's all you need. That's the safe way. That's the safe way to do it. Yeah, where is Val? Val's? I thought the dishwasher was not supposed to have onions. Who put that up there? There's Rick. Rick, are you the one who put that up there? Rick being a smart ass. Man, I will tell you what, this beef jerky, I cannot wait to tear into this beef jerky. I don't know if I should flip it over or not at some point. And I will post pictures of that when it's done tonight. Because I don't know. We'll see, at some point between now, like I said, I get up at 3, I leave here about 4 or something. Yeah, we got here by 4. It should be ready to take off. by then at least. I'm hoping at least it will be. I'm hoping that it will be done by then. If it's not, I'm going to be in big trouble. If not, it's going to be dog snacks. And I don't think your buddy the beagle will mind that one little bit. Yeah, she's still in there sleeping. She wasn't very fun today. I got off work and I took the ball outside. I thought she would want to play ball for a little bit. And she would get the ball, and usually she brings it back, wants me to throw it till my arm's tired. But she just got it, and then as soon as she would run the other direction and then drop it. And then go look at something. But this whole thing with her having the backyard, if you have an electric plug and timer, that might help. No, I do not have that. I do not have one of those. I am not that cool. I'm not cool like that. But yeah, she's been digging this whole thing, and I'm really glad she. I'm really glad that I don't know why I didn't think to do this for her before. I mean, I haven't had the dog that long. I mean, I've had her a couple years, but you know, I never thought to do that. And then I was thinking about, you know, the whole thing with having that anchor back there, and she can't get off of it, and she has the whole backyard. Appliance light. Yeah, I know what you're talking about. I just don't have one. And we put some floodlights out back this year, so when she's out there in the evening time, because I was walking back there before the floodlights, I didn't have a lot of light back there, because everything is on the front of my house. My garage is in the front, my attached garage is in the front, and the backyard didn't have any lights at all. And other than, like, you know, just like the what do you call it, the solar LED lights that are in the back or whatever, but it wasn't really lighting it up. And we have skunks. Like I said, I'm on the very edge of town. I'm one of the last houses, one of the last 3 houses. When you see the neighbors in the back, the neighbor's house in the background, the neighbor's condominium in the background, that is it. After that, there's Amish country for about, literally, in one direction it's maybe 5 miles, and then, like, if you go slightly, like 35 degrees to the south, it's probably 35 miles to the next town. It's all Amish country. Oh, okay. Yeah, I'll send you one. Yeah, I'll send you my address. I'm surprised you don't have. Well, I don't know. I don't know if you know. Everybody's probably lost half the emails that I ever gave them, because that whole thing I lost everybody's emails. Yeah, that'd be nice. Especially when I start working on, you know, I work all different hours. So there's sometimes where I found a favorite pick waffle iron. It has the scissor handle and the offset. Never seen one before. Scissor handles. I don't know what that is. Scissor handles. Yeah, that's interesting. I don't know what the scissor handles are. I know that some have the wooden handles, of course, and then the other ones. The one I've been looking for is the one with the Alaska handles. And then one of the ways you can tell a favorite wear, only one I've seen. Yeah, attach a picture of it. You know, a few pictures of it, of all sides, so I can check it out. But the Alaska handles, some people call them different things. I've always known them as Alaska handles, and they're the metal coil ones. That's the one I'm looking for, because I've had a lot of opportunities to buy more of the wooden handled ones, but the Alaska handles are the ones that I'm after. So I don't know if that's what you're meaning, or if you're talking about something different. because I only have one waffle iron. I've got the Wapak waffle iron, which is, I like the Alaska one. So you're talking scissor handles, which is something different. Is that correct? Is that right? Because that's, yeah, I'd be interested just to see. I'd be interested just to see what it is. Because I've never heard of that. Okay, so we've got that going, and man, that smells good. This smells so good. I'm really happy. I really am glad that I didn't go that I kept this really simple with this beef jerky. I got a good feeling about it. I got a good feeling deep in my soul about how good that beef jerky is going to be. And I've had really bad luck. I remember once when I had my smoker, I just had one like a kettle smoker, and I marinated stuff for days, and I tried all these, I did like 4 different batches and all this stuff, and I came back and I did it just how I was supposed to do it and all this kind of stuff. And I opened the lid after like 3 hours, and they were just like charcoal briquettes. It's like 2 wood handles that rest next to the other instead of on top of one another. No kidding. Just rotates left and right to flip. I'll be damned. No, I've never seen that. You might be sitting on the Erie Spider of waffle irons. And if you ever want to trade, I've got that roll of bicentennial quarters that I'm ready to trade at any time for really rare cast irons. Because I think at one point, you're talking 1976, a roll of bicentennial quarters were probably worth $10, and now I would bet they're worth $11.50. I would bet $11.50. If you were to take that to a coin store, they would be happy to give you $11.50. I mean, that may not sound like a deal to most people, but I do drive a hard bargain. I'm gonna keep it real. There she is. There's the party. One Delicious here. Hello, Chef. Back to you. More likes. How are it? I am great. I'm off work. I just put some. I just opened that. That's how good I am. I just started a batch of beef jerky about 45 minutes ago, which we won't get to the end of tonight, but I will put pictures in the post, no matter how bad it is. Yeah, man, in the building. There you go, my boy. Let's see. So I started that, and then I just about 5 o'clock, I also put in some liver to soak in some milk. A milk wash, and I just got the flour done. How long does that take? I have no idea. I'm thinking that by 10 o'clock, maybe midnight, it might be, I'm thinking 10 o'clock. At 9 o'clock, I'm going to check it, because I'm going to bed at 9 o'clock. And if it doesn't seem like it's going, I'm going to get up at 3 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, and I'm hoping that it's done no later than that, and I leave about 4. So, and maybe I might have to leave a little before that, depending on what my emails say. But yeah, I'm hoping, and I'm telling you, this I used what was called a mock tenderloin, which is not a tenderloin at all. It's a shoulder. It's I think it's the front shoulder, if I remember right, front shoulder piece. And I used that, and then I put it into, since you just got in here, I'll go through it again. I used 1/3 of a cup of equal parts teriyaki sauce teriyaki, and equal parts soy sauce. And then I filled it the rest of the half cup of the rest of the way with Worcestershire sauce. And then I added a tablespoon of liquid smoke, or yeah, tablespoon liquid smoke. And then I did a tablespoon of black pepper and teaspoon of garlic powder and a teaspoon of onion powder, a tablespoon of full flavored molasses, Brer Rabbit, and a tablespoon of honey. And I did finally get Brer Rabbit. I found a place online that gives you where I could get full flavored Brer Rabbit. Now Brer Rabbit used to look a lot different. There's Brer Rabbit molasses, and this is the unsulfured kind. This is the green, and this is generally what you want to use in recipes for cookies and all that kind of stuff. I say four time. I say that even though I cook with that a lot. I say I got you. But yeah, so that's the unsulfured one. And then I also was able to get, it's the same label, but for whatever reason, the other place that I could get the full flavor, they covered it in tape, which is, I don't know, completely ridiculous. But then they did this. This is the full flavored molasses. And so when I unpackaged it, it ripped the label. So you can see that it's Brer Rabbit. Brer Rabbit's the absolute best of all. It's been around forever. But yeah, so those are the two ones that I got. I actually got another one of these, but you can see the condition, which I wasn't happy about that, because one of the reasons you get Brer Rabbit is for the label. Brer Rabbit label it's not as cool as it used to be, but there's the other one. Yeah, they taped them together, which was completely ridiculous, but is what it is. But the other company that I got this from, their label survived. So yeah, but we're using full flavor. So full flavor molasses, a tablespoon of that, and a tablespoon of honey. And I just mixed it up, and then I let that sit for I let that marinate for 24 hours, almost to the minute. And then that's all it was. It wasn't anything amazing. Yeah, I love that package. I remember the Brer Rabbit story when I was a little kid. And when I got it, I looked up what Brer Rabbit was. And Brer Rabbit is an old Southern slang term for a pesky brother. Like if your brother was pesky, instead of brother, they would call him Brer. And so Brer Rabbit was always one of my favorite stories when I was a kid. I can get that at my Winco out here, that brand. Oh, you can. Yeah, I can't get yeah, it's not if you get grandma's molasses, which is it's a good molasses, you can get them for about $7 or $8. I paid a little bit more to have, I paid, it's online and delivered because I wanted Brer Rabbit. So, I paid a little bit more for it. I can still use a Brer Rabbit. Yeah, I loved that story when I was a kid. That was the funniest thing. Yeah, that was what Brer meant. And when I got it, I was always like, I love that book. My mom still has my Brer Rabbit books from when I was a kid. And I forget the author's name, because those books have been out since probably the late 1800s or early 1900s. But anyway, and I was like, what is a Brer Rabbit, by the way? And the Brother Rabbit is Brother Rabbit, and that was just what it was a southern slang thing. And the man that wrote him was a southern guy. I don't mind paying a little more for quality ingredients. Makes a big difference. It does. And I just wanted, to be honest, Rick, I just wanted that brand. Grandma's is good, but my gram always used Brer Rabbit. Or Brer Rabbit molasses. That's what she always used. So the next time we're going to make pork cake again, here real soon, and then we'll use Brer Rabbit to do that instead of yeah, Briar Rabbit. Yeah, short for Briar. But yeah, there's several. Yeah, but look up the other one too, William. That's out there as well. Yeah, Mike Murphy. You know. That and shots of Jim Beam to ease my teething pain. What's going on, Fuzz? How are you? Brer Rabbit ribbon cane syrup. Is cane syrup different than molasses? Is it different, Debbie? Now my interest is so peaked right now, 100% peaked. Because if there's cane syrup, because there's one thing that it's like when I was reading the ingredients, when I just realized the other day that the beer I bought has corn syrup in it, I was devastated because I tried not to do the corn syrup. Same, just the name. Really? That is so cool. But yeah, cane syrup. Because I mean that makes 100% sense because it's just sugar syrup. It's just what's left over from the refining. Yeah. They used to rub beer and Jim Beam on my teeth when I was teething as a child. Makes a lot. That actually explains a lot. A whole lot. That is some really cool. That's really cool trivia, Debbie. I'm so glad Debbie's here. So let's check our temp here again. The temp is raised up on the dehydrator to 135, almost 136. Joel Chandler Harris, yeah. Preserve those old folks' tales. Yeah. That's it. That's the author. Because I looked that up too. I did a whole deep dive when I got these in the mail a couple weeks ago. I'm just terrible with names. I have what some doctors would call CRS. It's short for, it's a acronym for can't remember shit. That's what I have. There's just that magnificent beard. Yeah. Thank you so much, Rick. Thank you very much. Some days I don't feel like it's very magnificent. I feel like it's in my way. But anyway, let's pat these things dry. We're gonna get these dried up. I'm not gonna use paper towel. I'm gonna use a cloth. And I do keep old cloths for things like this. But there we go. There's one. These aren't dirty. These aren't dirty cloths. They're just cloths that I use. Let's see. Blackjack molasses back then sold in 5-gallon barrels that we gave to some of the cows and ponies. Now, is blackjack different than blackstrap molasses? Yeah. Because blackstrap, I could have got blackstrap, but I just got full flavored, which might be the same thing. Hell, for all I know, it might be. But yeah, people do give it to horses for sure. Same thing? Yeah, 100%. I've heard of that. So we're gonna pat these dry and get that going. Get that going. Huh? That's pretty cool. Blackjack. I've never heard it called blackjack. I've heard it called black strap, which I don't know. You know, and I don't know that much about molasses, to be honest. I really don't. I know what it is, and I know where it comes from, but I don't know the different grades of it. So let's dry this off. on our cloth. Some people use paper. You can use a paper towel to do this. I just don't like the paper towel to stick to it, and it does. And I use cloth napkins, so I end up throwing a bunch of these kind of things in the washer anyway. So we're just gonna do it that way, because that's kind of how I do it. That's how I use it. So we'll put that down there. Yeah, you got to pat it dry, and a lot of times people use paper towels, and I always use really crappy, cheap paper towels because I go through so many. So they end up, a lot of times they end up sticking to something like this. And this way you don't have a bunch of like residue and whatever on there. So I just use a napkin or tea towel, whatever you want to call them. So we'll let that dry in there for a second. Man, this kitchen smells good. The only thing missing, if I would have had time today, I would have made bread. Because between the smell of that, between the smell of the dehydrator going and some bread, that would have been perfect. So let's give that a minute to sit in there and just sort of soak up. Oh, I hear a beagle rustling. She's shaking it off. I swear, if anybody's a honey badger in this house, it's that dog. Like, if there was the closest thing to an actual real honey badger in this house is the dog. She sounds like one. Out there shaking and huffing and doing everything, stretching around. We'll let that sit for a minute. Just kind of let that dry out. We'll give that a few minutes. See what happens. Can you guys hear her out there? Those big ears flopping around. And we'll give that a flip to the other side and let that kind of soak up everything. But we'll let that get a minute. Sometimes you just got to use a cotton cloth to get work done. So much better than a paper towel. There we go. Somebody still out there? I have no comments. None. 0. Maybe Fuzz disappeared. Maybe Fuzz was... I hope Fuzz, you weren't eaten by your cats, were you? Oh, there she is. Can you hear the nails a clicking? There she is. Miss Beagle. Out there checking out, seeing she's giving it a sniff outside. She is slightly indisposed this week. The past few days. We'll swing over to here. She's slightly in there. Get out of that. Get out of there. You're on live TV. None of that. None of that biz. Silly little beagle. We'll give that a minute. Just let that soak all that up. Yeah, she's giving everything a sniff outside. Making sure everything's cool since she had her nap. She had it pretty rough. She laid around all day watching westerns and old movies. And then hung out in the backyard for about 2 hours. Clickety clickety, yeah. You can soak rusty cast iron in buckets of molasses and it will come out shining, for your information. No way. No way. That sounds amazing. You know, I wonder if that's the old like Coca-Cola style kind of thing where it still like works the same as like, because I've heard of people taking rust off with Coca-Cola, sort of that same syrup idea. But thanks, One Delish. I appreciate you. Yeah. I don't know where all my viewers went, and why we're not getting the reach. It's not the regular guys that haven't been showing up. It's the reach. My reach is gone. You know, where we were getting all those folks that came in and just hung out and made comments and all those. That's good. Good luck on that jerky. Yeah, William Hurt. Come back, man. Come back. Check it out. It'll be on the post. It'll be on the post side of things when we get to that. But yeah, the reach is just gone. I don't know what happened with that. Ever since we had that thing where the technology got zapped, all the reach went with it. So anyway, I'm gonna go over here. We're not gonna do it quite yet, but we were going to. I used to know an old timer that soaked rusty engine blocks in 55-gallon drums of molasses. I'll tell you what, at $7 for 12 ounces, I don't know how much 55-gallon drums of a 55-gallon of drum molasses would cost. That's something to be. That's where I learned it. Yeah, I mean it makes 100% sense. The viewers expect you to keep normal hours on Thursdays and 7 a.m. Yeah, I don't know. I haven't been on Thursdays at 7 p.m. in a year, Fuzz. I have no idea. That's where I learned it. Well, YouTube has dropped the amount of channels on the feeds. Now 3. It was 4 to 6. Yeah, it's something. I think it's got something to do with the technology. Honestly, I've been trying to mess with it, and things are cheaper in bulk. Yeah, they are cheaper in bulk. Yeah, I think it's just something on my end with the technology that isn't set up like it was set up before. So that I'm not freaking out about it. I just, is what it is. But yeah, I haven't been on at 7 o'clock in a long time. We were at 8 o'clock for a year at least. And, Thursday's going to be short-lived anyway. Sunday's where it's at. Anyway, so that's all dried out. That's looking fairly good. We're gonna do this into the we're gonna hit that into the flour. Let that dry just another, not too much, but just some. I am gonna hit it with the magic mist. Or maybe not. See what happens. The magic mist would go good on this. So there we go. So there's the liver. I think it's nice on people. Now there's something with the thing. You don't drop off 10,000 views per live stream. 5,000 just because of the weather. I mean, I get what you're saying, Ron. I'm not like dismissing you in any way. It's just there's something to it. They just don't drop off like that. They're out looking for cast iron. Yeah, I know. I need to be looking for some iron myself. Looks like cow tongue. Yeah, it does. 100%. But I'm gonna go start up the pan, start heating that up. What time am I looking at? It's 6 o'clock, which is about dinner time. I did sneak a piece of pizza from the local carryout on my way home though. And so I'm not exactly starving, but not much lunch. This is what I'm super. And open the lid up. Ooh, baby. That's starting to look and smell like some beef jerky. I'm cleaning up a card sweet waffle iron for UHB. For me, man, don't tease me like that. Those things are cool, man. Yeah, are you talking about the ones that's when you mean card sweet, which I think was, I know what you mean. That's all the suits of the playing cards. Those are so cool, man. Those are so cool. One of the biggest things that you tell me what you want for it, and I'm down. But anyway, Mercy B, what's going on? I'm late, but I made it. What's in the dehydrator? In the dehydrator is beef jerky. Spades, diamonds, except Now, does it have all 4 suits? Because I've seen some that do have the all 4 suits, and then I've seen other ones that just have they're missing like clubs, or some are missing like they'll be missing one or the other. Like there'll just be 3, but I've seen some that have all 4. Yeah, Mercy, I'm glad you're here. Good to see you. But yeah. But yeah, here, I'll bring you around. I'll bring you around, Mercy. We can all take a look at it real quick. Not a big deal to bring the camera stand down just for a second and open it up. I know if I'm looking, I'm not cooking, but we'll just look anyway. But I think it's turning out pretty good. It's looking like beef jerky. Yeah, that's cool, man. That is so cool. Dude, I would drive to pick that up. But yeah, that's what we get. Can you guys see that okay? Yeah. But it's starting to, yeah, I don't know. I don't know if I'm going to need the 12 hours like some people said. I mean, I'm no expert. I'm no expert on this. I'm just saying, just by the look of it, I don't know if I'm going to need all that time. It might be done by 10 tonight. Yeah, Ronald, why don't you let me drive and pick it up? If you do that, I would drive to pick it up. I would be honored to. But anyway, let's bring this back over to here, and we got our flour dredge. Let's see. Oh yeah, it's still sticky. I'm just hoping that the flour actually sticks. And I was kind of wondering if I should have used a number 10 skillet, but we'll just I'll just run a knife over top of that real quick. I'm gonna run a knife over that real fast. We're gonna cut those in half. That is one thing we are gonna do, because I'm looking at the length of that, and I don't know if I can fit all 4 at a time into there. So we'll do that. That'll be good. Yeah, man. I mean, it's not that far. I'd love. Yeah, I mean, sell it along with eBay on the cure. I'm sorry, Rick. I missed that. I've been wanting chicken fried steak. Man, I haven't had. I don't know how many decades it has been since I had chicken fried steak from anywhere that was halfway decent. I need to rinse that off. I have not had chicken fried steak in so long. It has to have been decades. But I'm just gonna slice these up real quick. Yeah, that's another bucket list thing for me, Ronald. Is one of those waffle irons. And that's one thing, with as much Wagner and Pickwood and even Wapak that run around here, I never see waffle irons. Never see waffle irons. When I was trying to make a deal on the Alaska handled favorite, probably about a year ago, that was in Toledo, and the guy eventually he sold it before I could get to it. But that was the only one that I've ever seen that was actually near me at all. I don't know if it was just a thing where people didn't really use them here, but I don't know. I don't see many. Is that liver? Yes, it is. Beef jerky. So, beef jerky on eBay? If it's any good. We had a guy that I worked with, this one maintenance guy at my last job, he would come in, he would make his own beef jerky. And it really wasn't a bad price. It was like $10 for the package he was selling. And it was really good. I even remember he had one called Sportsman's Blend. And I always got it. He was like $10. I'm like, if I had $10 on me, I always got one. And it never lasted. It never lasted an entire shift. I would eat that stuff by the time I was like, he would come out at like 7 o'clock and bring out stuff bags of it. And hell, by the end of the day, I never took it home with me. I always ate it while I was there. That's what I had for the entire day. That was Ma Badger sending me a text that everybody's really happy. My daughter hit the dean's list this semester. yeah. Liver's not for everybody. That's for show. Not everybody likes it. I don't know. I'm not sure why. I don't know. I liked it the first time I ever had it, but I like stuff. I like stuff like sardines that other people don't like. I like a lot of things that it's not on the normal menu, and I've always been like that my whole life. Tell Ma Badger the gang says hi. Kyle Snyder, hey guys, what's up? Yeah, man, hey, what's up with you? Kyle Snyder, I'm glad you showed up because I noticed the last couple times that I've had a live stream where I didn't have sound when I first came up. I didn't see your name come back. I saw you right when I came on. Just wait like a few minutes and come back because the moderators, Rick and Greg, will let me know. I've had an issue with the sound when I first come on every once in a great while. So Kyle, if you're out there and you come back, just look, and it just takes a minute to reload it. I don't know why. We've had a lot of technical issues here the last month, since March, about St. Patrick's Day. And I'm not sure what it is, but it's technology, man. Thank you so much, Chef. Yeah. You hear me when I'm actually doing it, or are you having Mother's Day to all the ladies out there? Yeah, happy Mother's Day to all the mothers out there. It's time. It's almost that time where I put my Frank Zappa Happy Mother's Day thing up that I always do. Let's see how this is sticking. If it's not sticking very good, I'm going to do one little piece. See how it's sticking here. Oh, yeah. You just want light. You don't want a whole lot. Yeah, that's sticking really good. We'll do the one test piece. As I still got the skillet heating up, so I'm in no hurry. I better buy a gift fast or Mom's gonna be mad. It's funny. I asked Ma Badger yesterday. I said, "Do you want to do anything for Mother's Day?" And she was like, "No." Just flat out, "No, I don't." And I'm like, "Okay." And she's not mad at me or anything. I just thought it was like I got off the phone with her because like I said, I'm taking my car to the shop tomorrow, and she's driving. She's meeting me at the auto shop, and then she's running me down the road to go to the rental car place. I rent a car for the weekend, and so I guess they'll probably fix my car over the weekend. But I was like, "Do you want to do something Sunday for Mother's Day?" And she's like, "No." Not. She's like, "Why do you?" It wasn't why do you. It wasn't why. What do you want to do? It was no. I don't. I thought that was. I got it. I don't know why I got a kick out of that, but see how it's looking. That's looking really good. I mean, we just soaked it in the milk for about 30-40 minutes. Nothing else. Dried it off nice, and just simple flour. I mean, that's it. I can't believe it's Mother's Day already. I can't either. Where is this day went? Or this year went? I mean, it's just flying by. But I can't bitch too much because basically from about the end of November after Thanksgiving till about, I'd say, February, mid-March, I was basically asleep. I just, Rick, I was ready to do whatever she wanted to do. Like, nah, not really. She's like, no, I don't want to do it. But you'd have to know Ma Badger. Ma Badger is very, very practical. She's like me. She's very frugal, very practical. She doesn't. Mother's Day followed by Memorial Day. Yeah, I'm looking forward to Memorial Day. I like a nice Monday off, and I go out and. Luckily for me, like a lot of my family's in the same spot, so as you'd say, the same spot. So it's not hard for me to go and do Memorial Day and get that and do that. I like, which is nice. I do enjoy Memorial Day. I like my grandmother, my dad's mom, was super big on Memorial Day, and she always went out and did the flowers and all that stuff, and I really appreciate the fact she did that, because then I learned where everybody was at. That's one of the important things you have to do. You have to let everybody know, like the younger generation, where the older generation is now at, so that they can do Memorial Day. That's pretty important. But anyway, we're going to throw in a few tablespoons of oil into this. Oh, let's do our onions first. I almost screwed this up, which is easy to do, because you want to do your onions first. If you've never made real liver and onions, one of the tricks of doing it is to do the onions first. At least I've had success with that, is doing the onions first. So let's throw in a couple tablespoons of, I was getting into hanging out. I almost forgot I'm just like talking to my friends, and I just kind of blacked out on the fact we were actually doing the thing. So I've got, I always try to cook with unsalted butter, so that it doesn't burn too bad. It's going to brown anyway, but you don't want it to burn. Salted butter burns. So we'll throw a couple tablespoons of butter into there. Yeah, I'm sorry. I was just hanging out with everybody, just bullshitting and drinking beer. Let's see. I'm going to head home. I'll be listening in the background. All right, Ronald. All right, buddy. So we'll throw our butter in there, and we're going to drop our onions in and let those chill in there for a minute. We're going to let those kind of hang out at a low heat for about, I want to make them last about 5 to 10 minutes. Now that's really crucial if you're going to make some gravy with it, which I'm not going to do, because that's about enough flour for me today, just what's on them. But we got about 2 tablespoons of butter. If you're going to use butter, a little oil doesn't hurt. So a little bit of olive oil in there. If you're going to use butter, might as well throw a little oil in there. And we're not going to do these super high. We're just going to let them hang out. We're just going to let them hang out and chill. We're just going to let those hang out and chill in there. And let them do their thing. Maybe about 3. Right about 3. And we'll just kind of let those on. Where's my stirring stick that I like? I like this stirring stick. There we go. Get that. And I don't like to season these until they're almost about done, because, or even after I put them back in, because it starts to make the pan, it starts to put like grit into the pan, and then you kind of lose a little bit of that slide, that slickness in the pan when you put your liver in there. We'll just let those chill out. I'm gonna throw a timer on. You guys know I love the timer. Everybody says cook to temperature, not time. But I want to go low, and I want to give it a certain amount of time so I get all that onion goodness. That's why I'm not going high. A lot of times people will throw them in at the same time, and I've done that too. And I just found that this works really good, that you just get these sort of cooking in there and get a low and slow caramelization on those onions. And that's what happens. Oh no, not the Teflon spatula. Yeah, the notorious wooden Teflon spatulas. And all my wooden spatulas, if you're watching from Ireland, you know that I've secretly plotted against all of my viewers, and they're actually Teflon. They're plastic. Because as we all know, I am a plastic patty. Even though I did look up, I just looked up a couple days ago that I'm actually, my family is so recent to America that I could move back. I could get Irish citizenship with virtually nothing other than a couple birth certificates from my Irish grandparents. And I could become an Irish citizen, like right then and there. I don't know if I would have to relinquish my American citizenship to do it. I don't want to become, but I would do it as a dual citizen. It's a lot less paperwork if you wanted to visit for vacation or buy some property there. Maybe a second home in Ireland wouldn't be bad. But I actually could. I looked it up, and I could actually. I'm so not. How do you say it? Not far removed from having family members that were actually Irish residents that I could move back to Ireland and become a citizen. But yet, every time I do one of these shows I do one of these live streams where we do like Irish cuisine, all the Irish people freak out and they're like, "You're not Irish. You're not of Irish. You don't know anything about Ireland." And I don't. And I always say I don't know anything about Ireland. I just say that my grandparents were, great grandparents were from Ireland. That's all I know. But I will say I will not ever have black and tans on my channel on St. Patrick's Day. Bad move, Badger. Total bad move. Did I know? No. Did I do it on purpose? No. Did I know what it meant? No. Because I don't know much about Irish. I do know more than most people about Irish politics, but I don't know. I don't know what happened. I don't know what makes Irish people mad from 1905. I don't know that. And I don't think most of the world does either. But I think Ireland as a whole has about half the population as the state I live in, to be really super honest. The Ireland couldn't go to Ireland. She doesn't know her daddy. Yeah. No, she's a European bred dog. I think they're all. I think those are all English dogs. So I think she's like of English descent overall, and that's not 100. In Ireland, that's not 100%. That's not 100% welcome either. I do know that. But I did look up getting another dog. I did look up. I want to get a white Jack Russell Terrier. Now don't send me a white Jack Russell Terrier. Don't get me a white Jack Russell Terrier, because I'm still trying to figure out if I can, like I'm getting ready to change schedules a bunch of times here in the next 6 months. I'm going to be going back and forth, so I'm not going to be very consistent when I'm home. So please don't anybody send me a white Jack Russell Terrier. But I've been looking at him so I can get her a buddy. So we have, and I'm down to the fact, I'm down to getting the Irish dad. I'm down to getting either a Decker Rat Terrier, which is like, It's basically the Beags, but a bigger version and a little more calm, because I know you guys see the Beagle and she's like, is what she is. But the Beagle is an insane ball of energy. And she needs constant stimulation, and she's a ball of fire. The the Decker Rat Terriers are about twice her size and a little calmer. But the Jack Russell Terriers, which I've always wanted, are pretty cool, and they're very close to what she is. The Rat Terrier, that's what the Beagle actually is a Rat Terrier. The Rat Terriers are part Jack Russell. And so I thought that one might be something that would, one, have the longevity that she has, and the just the ability to keep up that she, with her. But the Decker Terriers, they're kind of like the German Shepherd of the terrier world. They are pretty cool. So you see how these are kind of sweating down? They're getting soft. That's what we want. These smell, man, it smells so damn good in my house right now. It's just ridiculous. It is so ridiculous. Yeah, that was funny. Yeah, that dog was funny. And there was another dog, and I was just talking about this dog the other day. There was a little kid show that Ming used to watch, and my middle daughter used to watch. It kind of like transcended from one kid to the next. That was Wishbone. It was on PBS. Wishbone was really cool. I liked Wishbone. And Wishbone was he was around. They would play him in the reruns. He was kind of there in the 90s, but then they kind of kept it going, and they played the reruns. But but Wishbone was a Jack Russell Terrier that would go on like adventures, and he would dress up in they would dress him up in like clothes and stuff. That was pretty fun. Yeah, I can't remember. Eddie, that was his name. Yeah, Eddie, the Jack Russell on Frasier. See, you knew Freeway, and now I knew Eddie. And Freeway was Heart to Heart, if I remember that right. Now that you said that one time. But yeah, we've got a couple minutes on this. These are coming out great. And you don't want you don't want. I mean, you have your liver and onions there, however you want to have them. I don't want to tell anybody how to eat their food, but I'm just saying you don't want to have fried up onions. You want to have these kind of loose and Lost Boys noodles ish. If that makes any sense. If anybody gets that reference. I'm doing a 40-year-old kids movie. But yeah, Lost Boys, noodles, consistency. It's just noodles, Michael. It's just noodles. Don't worry about it. Eat them. Eat them, Michael. It's just noodles. But yes, and I am. But we're keeping that nice. We're not getting anything burnt on the bottom. Keeping that nice, smooth, glassy thing going in the bottom of the cast iron pan. Low and slow. Yeah, we're in there. We are in there. Rick, do you get what I'm talking about? The thing with the consistency of the noodles from Lost Boys. God, I am doing 40-year-old reference humor. That is ridiculous. It's been a long time since I've seen the Lost Boys. I always loved the dog on the show Little Rascals. His name was Petty. I don't remember Petty. I remember Petey. Oh, is that what you said, Petey? Petey. Or did you spell Petty and I just read it wrong? I'm like Anchorman. I just read whatever anybody puts in front of me. Yeah, Petey. Yeah, the dog with the painted eye. Yeah, little pit bull. Yeah, Petey was a pit bull. A lot of people don't know that, but Petey was a pit bull. Petey was pretty rad overall. So let's throw these into a bowl. I'm sure I have another white bowl around here. Some more white dinnerware. So we'll just throw these off to the side. They're not 100% done, but they are done enough for me. That's how I want them. I'm just going to drop them down here into a bowl and let them hang out right next to that. There we go. Keep them warm. Keep them on the stove and keep them warm because you're going to need them. Let's turn that up to 4. Add just a little bit of, we're going to add about 2 tablespoons of avocado oil because we want that smoke point. And get that in there. Normally I make fun of the folks that cook in a river of oil, but we're about to do that right now. Let's see, we'll get on top of there. There we go. Remember Spuds, and that's another breed of pit bull that's super cool. The target dog. It's that same long nose bull terrier. Is Val in here? Oh my gosh. Val, you missed all the cutting. You already missed all the cutting. Where the hell have you been? But we're going to let that get up to temp for a minute. Let that cold oil get in there. And then we are going to finish this up. I cannot wait, man. You guys don't even know how good this beef jerky smells. I'm going to bring you guys back over here while we wait for that just a second. I'm going to pop this back open. We're at 143 degrees now on the beef jerky. Let's take a gander. I know looking ain't cooking, but let's just do that. Oh yeah, Quest, the dog bandit, 100%. It's an English bull terrier. Is that what it is? Those things are cool, man. I want one. Yeah, there we go. That's what the jerky's looking like right now. I would say it's looking pretty darn good. I gotta fix that so it's not laying. See, that one's laying right. That one's not laying right because I looked at it. That's why I don't look at stuff, guys. Just leave it alone. Don't touch it. Don't do anything. Just let it cook. But yeah, we're gonna look at it anyway. That is looking fantastic. I'm 100% about that. That does look like beef jerky. I don't know if that was a good idea to eat semi-raw meat, but that really tastes good. That was really good. Oh, I found my sunglasses. They're laying on the floor. No wonder I couldn't find them. I would love the tiny pit bull mix. They are adorable. I saw 2. They're sweet and they can be heard. They're like $3,000. Forget that. Yeah. The Beags is a purebred rat terrier, and I got her for not a whole heck of a lot. I reimbursed the people that had her for the vet bills and gave them $100. I'm like, here you go. And that's just because I felt bad for them. And normally I don't feel bad for anybody. So that was the one time they caught me in a weak moment. All right, so our oil is smoking. Let me just step out for just a second, check on the dog real quick, and I will be right back. I'm confused. I thought I popped into the future and it was 8 Eastern. I didn't do a post. Val, I didn't do a post. I got to get up. I ended up having to get up at 3 o'clock today or tomorrow, so I can't go on at 8 o'clock tonight. that, Beagle? Oh, man, I was wondering where you went. Where you went for? There you go. Yeah, there you go. All right, everything's fine. You just haven't been worried. I didn't see you, I didn't hear you, I didn't do anything. You haven't barked up the neighbors. Hey, has your Amazon stuff got here yet? Take a look out there and make sure your Amazon's not here yet. Because you got marrow treats. Beagle's waiting on Amazon treats. Right now? Okay. Yeah, Val, the fun-loving badger of last year. Now, it's kind of like the old video, if you remember from the 90s, about Snoop Dogg. Snoop Doggy Dogg got a jobby job. So now I got to get up in the morning. Lots of doggos. They don't cost an arm and a leg. Yeah. Yeah. I got the beaks. I've said it before and I'll say it again. I got the beaks at a party. I got my dog at a block party. That's how I roll. Okay. So let's turn that down some. We'll throw our first piece in here and see how it does. This is our test piece. And we'll see what happens. Could be good, could be bad. I'm trying a different way this time. All right, Mercy B, thanks for showing up. I also have purebred German Shepherd. Oh, there you go. We had a German Shepherd when I was a kid. That was one of our farm dogs. What were farm dogs? It was from the people that had our house before, and they moved and they couldn't take their dog. So my dad took it. They just left it. We just kept the dog. It's a cool dog. I had a dog for like 10 years. He used to follow my grandpa around everywhere on the tractor. He used to follow the tractor. That dog would run miles. Every time my grandpa would go up the row in the field, the dog just followed it. Followed it everywhere. So we're going to do a little timer test. We're going to do about 2 minutes on one side. And we're going to do about 2 minutes on the other side. And we're going to try that piece and see if this way is the better way. I'm still thinking it needs more oil, but I'm not going to add more while it's in there. What's my stove? I honestly think that because of the weight of all the cast iron on the other side of my kitchen, that it's starting to mess up the levelness of my kitchen, because my stove, if I put a level on my stove, like I did this like 6 months ago, my stove was level. Now it's not again. I think it's the cast iron. It's starting to take its toll on the floor joist, to be really honest with you. My Chewy order came yesterday. I spend the gas than I do myself. Yeah, I don't know. She hasn't went crazy yet. And they said, because it was one of those, I did my Amazon order at no kidding, like 4:30 this morning. And it was supposed to be, there's the UPS guy. So we might have something. There we go. We might have something there. The UPS guy just went by. So they might be out delivering in my neck of the woods right now. So we'll do 2 minutes on that side. I think that's actually too much. That's pretty hot. That stove got hot. That's our test piece. That's the test stove. No reason to. I can't believe she didn't bark. The beagle, when she knows she's on camera or like people are here, she never acts like she normally does. Normally she's going crazy as soon as the UPS guy comes out. Let's see how that looks. Ooh, baby, that looks good. That's liver and onions right there. That does look good. Let's go another 2 minutes on that, and we'll give that a go. It needs a splatter screen, but for the effect, I will leave the splatter screen off for today. There we go. Yeah, and Buzz was trying to tell me that it's because I changed my time that I lost views in the last month. because I wasn't on at 7 o'clock anymore. I was like, I haven't been on at 7 o'clock in like a year and a half. At least you remember. At least you remember. That's funny though. I still think that's funny. But we will give this piece the try. I think I am going to keep that temperature up there. So like I said, this is a new way I'm trying it. Never made it like this before. So, but I'm kind of digging on it, man. One thing I do need to do is make my meat press my friend. I need to make the meat press more my friend than I've been making in past days. Debbie. Oh shoot. Okay. Either a possum or a raccoon coming in and eating off the porch at night. I had some pears I accidentally left out. Yeah, probably either one. Yeah, probably either one. I got a buddy of mine that lives up in northern Ohio, who every year during his harvest season, the squirrels break into his 3-season sunroom and eat all of the stuff he leaves out on the table. And they terrorize his 3-season sunroom every year. Okay. Let's see how that went. Let's see how this goes. I'm going to turn that down just for a second. We're going to get a little plate. Get a little plate and see how this is. There we go. I'm going to turn it down because I don't want to burn the grease. I don't want to do all that, but let's see what happens here. Because I got a feeling that this is kind of the way to go. Let's bring you guys back over here. I know it's not super. Bring you back on top of it. That's our piece. But I do think that's the bit. So far we've hit a good way to do this. Well, that's a bristly piece. It's got sometimes yeah. That is not bad. That's not bad at all. The underside, yeah, I turned it up. The underside got a little brown. Got a little dark. All right. Okay. Mistakes were made. Let's go back to the drawing board and let's hit it again. I got this. There we go. All right. Let's keep that going at that temperature. Let's get all these in here. Let's get all this in here. Move that over. This breaded. That breaded. This breaded. And throw them both sides. Give a little, sure that flour's on there. Quick, eat the mistakes. I just did. That's exactly what I did. Copy the link too. Helps the algorithm. Yeah. Yeah, share on your social medias. You guys have the Facebooks or the Meta. Is it Meta? I don't even know anymore. It all changes so fast. Okay. So we got that. And we didn't do anything. We just soaked it in milk for about 30 to 40 minutes. And then we put it in here. And it's just Kentucky kernel and AP flour. And for those that don't know what AP flour is, that's not a big deal. It's all-purpose flour. because it kind of takes some of the saltiness out of the Kentucky kernel, which the Kentucky kernel has a lot of. So there we go. All right. So that looks fairly decent. I like the way that looks. No egg wash, no anything. Nothing fancy. The down home cooking. Let's bring you guys back over this way. Oop. Caught you on the table. All right. So we got that. Left that sort of turned down. I'm going to turn that back up. I'm not going to go any higher than 3 on this. And we're going to throw in more avocado oil. 1, 2, 3. I want a little bit deeper. I want deep. I'm going to go deep on this. A little deeper than I normally go. And make sure this all works out. I know that's a lot, and there might be some folks out there that are like, oh my God, Badger, that's a river of oil. It is. It is a river of oil. But we're going to do it this way. Bring you guys as close as this thing actually, that's as close as it lets me do it for right now. Maybe a little more. There we go. You overcooking just a minute or 2 total. Is that a question or a statement, Val? I'm not sure. I'm not sure what you're asking or implying. Either or is fine, but I'm just not sure about it. There we go. Yeah. Statement. You're overcooking for just a minute or 2 total. Yeah, I agree. But see, I bumped it up to that number 4 spot, and on my electric stove, my stove goes and jumps up like crazy. Crazy. Bronxzilla, what's the problem? There is no problem. There's no problem. Glad you're here. What's going on, buddy? Liver is not, liver is what's going on here, actually. Oh, what's the protein? I'm sorry. Bronxzilla, sorry. I thought you said, what's the problem? What's the protein? Liver is the protein. My bad. My bad, killer. My bad. Sometimes I can't read I can't read the small print. So we'll just give that a second to heat back up and throw in some more of these. And I think it's all. There we go. There we go. That temperature. I like that. It just, my stove goes from 0 to insanity in just a few short seconds. There we go. There we go. Digging it. Honey needs water. Now I'm 5 steps away. My eyesight is fine, Val. I'm 5 steps away reading the back of a camera. If the cut of meat is tough, the easier the cooking time. Yep, 100%. Well, we're gonna give that 2 minutes to sit and do its thing. We still got the onions to put back in there. And we have 2 more pieces of liver. And when I'm done with this, I gotta clean my car out. So I'm taking it to the shop. I gotta go through my car to make sure there's nothing valuable in my car before it goes to the auto shop tomorrow. Plus, you just got the capital letters taken off your keyboard like 15 minutes ago. Don't even come into this like that. Don't even come into that. Turn off right before it gets done, bro. Yeah, right? Mercy cooks with flames of hell. Man, Rick just threw Mercy under the bus. What's up? That's funny. That's funny. It's talking to me about my eyesight. You've literally been texting with your capital letters on for 2 years. What do you just stop it? Stop it, Buzz. I'm used to gas. See, I'm not used. I don't think I've ever had a gas stove. I don't think I've ever had a gas stove. But I do know this. In exactly 1 year from today, I will not be living here anymore. So I'm hoping that my next place will have if it doesn't have a gas stove, it's going to be converted to a gas stove. Because unlike a lot of places, we still have gas stoves here. I know a lot of places got rid of that. They're fast. Yeah, they're a fast cook. That's why I only had my timer on for 2 minutes, because I want to do 2 minutes per side. Where are you moving? I'm moving just close. I always try to live really close to where I work, and I just changed my job. So not very far from where I live now, but that's why I have a condo, so I can be in and out of it if I need to. And I needed to. Oh, look at that. How nice does that look? That's what I'm saying. 2 minutes on one side, 2 to the other. That one side just got real hot there for a minute. I don't know, toward the end, because I turned it up, and I shouldn't have done that. 100% should not have done that. Yeah, these look good. These look really good. Yeah, I'm just moving. It's like I'm not moving out of state or anything. I just don't like to, I don't like to pay taxes in 2 different cities. In Ohio, we have to pay tax on the city you live in. So if you work in the city and you live in another city, another town, you pay tax on each one. I don't like doing that. And so that's why I have the condo. Because condos are easy to get rid of. And so this will be maybe my last move ever to this place. I really like where I'm at now. So, but I will move into the town that I usually move in. I usually live in the town that I work in. Just put it that way. Right, Rick? Yeah. Yeah, my Coleman gas stove was, mine is too. My little portable one that we usually use for doing Chinese food. And I have cooked. I guess I haven't. I can't say. I guess now that Buzz pointed that out, I can't say I haven't cooked on gas in years, because every Chinese food video that we did last year, I did on that Coleman portable, and that was amazing. That was fantastic. But I do know when I move to my next place, we have a really weird thing in my town. Like, I looked into it because I have a gas water heater. But to just run a line from my garage, where my gas water heater is, to my stove is an insane amount of money. I mean, I'm talking like new car money to just put a gas line in. Literally 25 feet total is like new car money in my town. I don't know why it is, but it's crazy. That's why I didn't do it here. But I would honestly say in another year, I will not be here. There's no way. There's absolutely no way I'll be here in another year. Not a fan of liver unless it's smothered in hot mustard. And that's not bad either. I love a liver sandwich with mustard and onions on it. So, Val, once again, we agree on that. Yeah, these are looking good. I've got 2 more pieces to put. Okay, we get our plate out here. There we go. Plate that up. I'm cool with that. Too bad I didn't want a gravy tonight. But I don't have anything like gravy-wise to go with it. Well, I got 2 more pieces of liver to go in there. Oh, I got to do 2 more pieces in the dredge. Hold on, let me glove up. That'll be real quick. I'm not even going to change the camera around. You guys can check that out. Yeah, 100%, man. It's insane how much it costs just to run it. Not even a gas. I mean, I have a gas line to my house already. I just don't have a gas line from 25 feet from my garage to my to put a stove in. And gas stoves, I mean, I don't know if any of you folks have looked at a gas stove lately. Gas stoves aren't cheap. I mean, no appliances are technically cheap, for sure. But, you know. So anyway, there we go. There's that. So we got our last 2, oh no, 3 pieces, I'm sorry. I forgot that I cut those down. But yeah, it's an insane amount of money. And I knew I wasn't going to stay here. You know, when you work I work in the manufacturing business. And when you work in the manufacturing business anymore, you got to be able to be mobile. You got to be ready to be mobile and go to the next place that's paying and making money. And I mean, that's I actually have found it in my lifetime exciting to be in manufacturing, because sometimes you end up in it's feast or famine, and right now, honestly, manufacturing is feast. And you know, there's a lot of good opportunities out there for people that want to get out and hustle and learn new technologies and things. And that's what I've been doing for a lot of years. And I get to move on to a trade. I'm learning some new stuff right now, and to me, it's exciting. Propane is so easier to hook up. Yeah, we have I'm not a fan of propane. I've never been a fan of messing with it. So, yeah, I've never been and I'm not a fan of the flavor that propane gets you. To be really super honest. Oh, we didn't do our time. We'll do time for 2 minutes. But yeah, I'm really excited to, the new technologies that I'm learning with in the manufacturing field that I'm in right now. I was in the recreational vehicles for about 10 years, and that was fun. But after COVID, it kind of lost, and that explosion for them, it just sort of lost its luster for me. They started adding a bunch of stuff and technologies that just weren't tested, and they weren't ready. The industry wasn't ready for it. So I just jumped back to an old school industry, and you know, they've welcomed me in with open arms, and I'm glad to be there. Especially after being off for a year and a half, not really doing much, or you know, just kind of living, having fun. But I'm ready to get my brain working again, get back out into the working world. And I really like the environment that I'm in now. And I like the fact that I'll be doing different hours and all that kind of thing. I don't like a rut. Same time, same thing every single day. So it'll be nice. Gonna make a new recipe for cocoa cookies? Nice. How much is gas in Ohio? I'm in DC and it's $4.61. Yeah, that's about what we got right now. Bronxville. About $4.61. That's about right where we're at. I just went and got I just threw 30 in yesterday. And it didn't go far, but it's temporary. It's temporary. It'll go back. Well, that's cheap in California, isn't it? Yeah, in California, isn't $5.69 like super cheap? Isn't that like if everybody quit buying gas for like a year? I thought it was a lot more expensive there, to be honest. I'm not even make. I would love to make Gavin Newsom jokes, but I'm not even doing it. I'm not going to do that today. That's somebody else's channel. I'll let somebody else do Gavin Newsom jokes. I have no interest in doing those. Even though there's a ton to be had. Oh, I'm gonna keep it real is back or never left. Let's see. That's a Costco. Sizzling. I'm working from home and I don't have to drive that far. Yeah. I had a chance to work remote, and I think it would be great. And I think there's a lot of things out there that should be remote, Val. I think there's a lot of things out there that should be remote, 100%. I was when I was interviewing for the job that I have now, and I was interviewing with a lady. I wasn't interviewing with her, but there was a lady in the waiting room. She was a remote. She was interviewing for a remote job as well, and she had been doing that for way before a remote job. Remote jobs were cool, or she goes, she'd been working. She was really good with computers and technology, and she'd been working from home for the past 20 years. And I was amazed by the fact that she'd been working remotely for 20 years. I mean, that's like, I'd only had a cell phone for like 2 years in 2006, and she was working remote in 2006. Yeah, Fuzz. How does somebody milk a chicken? See, I just think you're saying. Are you just saying words again? You're just saying words. All right. So we got these going. Let's make a little spot. Let's throw these back in there and heat them up. That's what we want to do. We just want to give them that little bit of greasy love that they need. As these are finished. And we'll bring the plate over to dole these out on. Put that on there. We don't want the shoe leather. We just want liver. I think those look really good. To me, that's not bad. I like this way of doing it. I think I've seen the light on that. We're going to give those onions a little one time through the we're going to give these one time through the spin cycle just to get them back, bring them back to life a little bit. I like that. It's 7 o'clock. I still got to clean my car out tonight. And I appreciate everybody for hanging out. It's been fun. I mean, we came on. I think we come on here like 4 or something. Sort of did a Thursday hangout. Fun stuff. I would rather fried bologna and onions with a slice of cheese on the bun. I haven't had a good fried bologna sandwich in I don't know how many years. Yeah. Okay. That's good for the onions. So let's pop over here for the what they call in the YouTubes, in the old interwebs, we're going to call this the reveals. So there we go. There we go. Oh, let me move this way. There we go. All right. There we go. All right. So here's our liver. There we go. Nice chunks of liver. And our rewarmed onions. That's how, I'm telling you, this is not a bad way to do the onions. There might be a few cholesterol points in this. I'm not gonna lie. This might not win any awards with your cardiologist. But I think overall, on the flavor award, you're gonna win it. And ta-da, there you go. Liver and onions. I'll take that. It ain't pretty. It ain't pretty. But it is. But it is gorgeous. You may not like it, but in the immortal words of Ric Flair, you will love it. There you go. Let's give this a cut taste and check it out. Dang it, Beagle. That Beagle's always underfoot. The Beags is always underfoot. So let's get it all ready. Man, like I said, you may not like it, but you would love it. Let's get it all in there. Oh, that's nice. That ain't bad. Wow. Man, I do like that. I cook mine a little, the way I've always cooked it has been a little bit higher than that. But man, that's not bad. I don't know about my cardiologist, but this is what the doctor ordered. This is some home cooking here. Super easy, super cheap. All that liver that I got today, everything that I've showed you guys, $4.99, and a 3/4 of an onion. That's it. Yeah, you're not going anywhere to a restaurant for $6.99 and whatever it costs on the stove and get something like that. Your doctor is a genius. I don't think he went to Harvard or Yale, but yeah, there's some of them are a little tough. I mean, some of them, but they were different. I don't know. They were all about a third of an inch thick. But I definitely like the idea of see, I was always in the school of cooking the liver and onions together. And somebody was like, no, cook your onions first, lightly cook them, and then throw them back in, and then throw them on. And I actually like that better. Like I've said a million times, Val, And you will die. A person will expire from not having enough fat in their diet. Somebody with having plenty of vitamins in their diet every single day will expire way before somebody who doesn't get enough fat. It's just absolutely. Now, chicken livers. Yeah, we should do chicken. Val, you're 100% right. Let's do chicken livers on Sunday. Val's Black Cats rules. Val's ideas rule. Let's do chicken livers on Sundays. On Sunday. That 150% agree with you. I 150% agree with you on that. Me too, Val. I love mine. I earned it. I look at the fat that I have as being an investment. You know? It's like a long-term thing. Yeah, I'm investing in my health. Val, give me a 1. Val, put in there 1 if you want to do chicken livers on Sunday. I'll do chicken livers. Hmm. 100%. Let's do Kentucky Fried Chicken style chicken livers on Sunday. And maybe some mashed potatoes and coleslaw. What about mashed potatoes and coleslaw? That sounds really good. Let's do KFC recreate chicken livers, coleslaw, and mashed potatoes, and we'll do gravy. We'll just make a day of it. We will just make a day of that. I love how your mind works. You can talk, Val, I think you can talk me into anything. You just talked me into KFC chicken livers, mashed potatoes, gravy, and coleslaw. Jeez, oh Pete, that was so easy. I am so easy. The rumors, the reputation and the rumors are true. I didn't want it. I hope my kids never see this. I hope my Badger never sees this, but I guess I am. I'm easy. It's okay. I can live with that reputation. I'm a strong and empowered Badger. I can move on from just being, easily manipulated into chicken livers, coleslaw. Oh my God, yes. I don't even. Yeah. Val, I get you. I've had to. I've negotiated myself. Now I'll just say that. There was one year the Badger was a little late on the taxes, and the tax preparer, she earned a little bit more than my number. But I didn't know any penalties, so that's all I know. That's all I know, and I'm sticking to it. All right, so I'm not easy. I that's great. That should be a T-shirt, Val. I'm not easy. I just realized you use a knife and fork very well. Thank you. I'm gonna keep it real. Tell that to Val. She thinks I don't know how to use the knife. I have great taste. I do have good. My mom was really good. My mom was really good about two things: table manners and diction. You had to know how to pronounce words, and you had to speak well, and you had to be able to sit at the table. I think that could have been a little crisper. We'll work on that for sure. Yeah, I think that could have been a little crisper. I need to figure that out. Mm. All right, so anyway, let's get a sip. It's almost 7:30. I've got dishes to do. So let's take a real quick look at our beef jerky that we started hours and hours ago. Don't worry, the dog's not getting this. She actually got liver jerky from the butcher shop today. So the Beegs does not have to have any of this at all. But let's take a look at where we're at with our beef jerky. I will post this up when it's done, which will not be tonight. But anyway, so let's keep going over here real quick. And we're just gonna, I know if we're looking, we're not cooking, but whoever said that is probably, I don't know, whatever, right about some things. But anyway, we're in 146 degrees. We've been doing this since 4:30 possibly. Who knows? But this is where we're at on our beef jerky right now in my cheap dehydrator. I think that's looking really good. I think that's looking like beef jerky. Oh, shoot. Almost had to sneeze there for a second. Maybe a little cornstarch in the flour. For what? Bronxilla. Cornstarch for what? And I'm just saying to be specific. Crispier end product. Yeah. Oh, okay. For the liver. Yeah, 100%. And we did that. We did that during the Chinese food that we were doing. All that stuff had cornstarch in it. Then, if you guys remember, we did the one, and I think it was sweet and sour pork. That was nothing but cornstarch. But anyway, let's take a look at this. This smells really good. I can smell it even over the dinner that we made. But there's another good look at the jerky. I think it's coming along great. I think that is 100% coming along great. But anyway, to make sure I got the, yeah, we freeze it. Yeah, it makes it 100%, man. Yeah, Bronxilla. I don't know if you were here during the. I did a whole series of Chinese takeout, and that was one thing that I learned doing that, using the cornstarch to make everything crispier. 100%. And I should have used that. I let everybody down. I just let everybody down tonight. Maybe a little bit. Anyway. But yeah, Val's got me talked into it. Damn it, Val. You got me talked into it. We're going to be doing livers twice this week. We're going to be doing KFC style livers and, damn it, gravy and coleslaw. Oh my God, this is going to be, it's going to be a to-do. It's just going to be a to-do. It's going to be a to-do on Sunday, and damn it, it should be. It should be a to-do on Sunday. So we for sure are going to be doing KFC style. I don't know why I can't say that. Maybe it's because I'm going through a lot of dental work right now too. But anyway, yeah, KFC style chicken livers. We'll do some mashed potatoes. We'll do some sides. Coleslaw my way, Val. I'm doing coleslaw my way. And We'll see what else we throw into the mix between now and then. I don't even know what KFC has on as sides. Do they have like mac? Do they still have mac and cheese? They still have baked beans? They still have stuff like that? I'm not going to make all that. I'm not going to make mac and cheese baked beans. I'm just asking a question. I'm just asking a question. But yeah, Bronxzilla, thank you so much for showing up tonight. Val, as always, thank you so much for... Oh, Val, you just cracked me up. Thank you so much for stopping by. I'm going to keep it real. Thank you so much. Ronald Coward, I know you're not with us in view, but you are listening to us auditorily, and that is cool. I appreciate you. Rick Stumball, thank you so much for moderating this madness and keeping all the keeping out all the bad element from coming in and invading our space here tonight, and this evening, could be tonight, wherever you may be. But thank you, Rick, for doing that. Fuzz Fork and everybody else, if you're out there in the stratosphere and you have not hit the subscribe button, please hit the subscribe button. I am desperately trying to get to 1,300 subscribers. Why? Because I'm competitive. That's why. I'm just competitive. That's what it is. It's not that I'm an overachiever, guys. It's not that I care about the money. I'm just competitive. I want to have more subscribers. That's it. It's not monetary. It's nothing. I just want more subscribers. Anyway, Debbie, thank you. My best pal, Debbie. Ronald Coward, thank you so much for William Hurt. Let's not forget William Hurt. And since I give Fuzz so much shit, I'm going to give him a double shout out. So thanks to them for showing up. And that's all I got. I hope that's all you need. And I will see you guys at 11:30 on Sunday for KFC chicken livers. And the Bigs wanted to say goodbye too. She's like, hey, I need to go outside. You've been doing this for 3 hours. I need to go outside and do my business. All right. Thanks for hanging out, everybody. All right. See you.